Good readers use a variety of strategies to solve comprehension problems or deepen their understanding of a text. When children are reading on the internet, critical evaluation skills play an increasingly important role. So says Dr. Julie Quoro of the University of Connecticut. In exploring this matter of students needing the possession of critical evaluation skills, we're going to look at a specific website today that's caught a little bit of controversy over the last 15 years since its inception. And we're going to wrap things up after we've looked at the website and evaluated its validity and credibility by reflecting on some of the other research that's already been done in this field using this specific website. So let's go ahead and get started. This website is found at zapatapie.net. Now, it's important to note that URL. .net is not the same as .gov or .edu. It is not a pure reviewed or heavily filtered and editorized website. It's open to public domain, and as such, we need to be a little bit wary of it before we use it as an immediate resource for research. The focus of this page is right there at the top. It says, "Save the endangered Pacific Northwest tree octopus." And if you're like me and like many of my middle school students, you would probably jump at the words tree octopus and think, how is this possible? How did I never hear of this creature? Octopi don't live in trees. They live in the ocean, right? So this is amazing. What a revelation. Well, this site is probably not all that it seems. But you know what? Let's not be overly critical immediately. Let's see if we have some evidence to back up that assertion. Right off the bat, this does look very professionally done. It's very clean. It's very colorful. It looks very user-friendly. These are all positive signs that maybe this is legitimate and maybe I've just been ignorant to this creature my entire life. I have images right off the bat that, well, that shows an octopus in a tree, and if I were a child or maybe an undiscerning adult, I'd immediately believe that, but I suspect maybe photoshopping is an option here as well. Looking at my options at the top of the page, I've got, again, very user-friendly access to frequently asked questions, sightings, which certainly would be of interest to my students. They'd want to see more pictures. I have external links to other sites that I could pursue in this area of inquiry. Over here, I have current events that are coming to us from 2013, and they're coming from reputable sources, like here's one from Reuters, here's one from the Seattle Times. It's starting to give me, all of this combined, an air of confidence in this website. As I read down through the opening description, I have the Latin name. That seems very scientific. I have loads of internal information specific to this creature. It's very creative if it's not entirely believable. And down here, a little bit more of buying an air of credibility. One of these embedded links takes me directly to the official .gov website for the Department of Agriculture and focuses on the Olympic National Forest. So again, I've got a lot of things kind of going in this site's favor. I've got images and maps. I really start to like this. If I go into my sightings, I'm going to see lots of more pictures, but I want to focus on the FAQ. As I go through here, I've got lots of question and answer format responses. That seems legitimate. I've got videos. That seems legitimate. Here is how to say tree octopus in other languages. Very creative, if not outright legitimate. I've got footnotes. This seems amazing. And it's not until I really look down through here that I see that the leading predator is the Sasquatch. And that immediately sets off a flag for me because Sasquatch probably sounds familiar as it's another name for Bigfoot. And unless you're inclined as cryptozoologists are to believe in the existence of something we've never captured, this seems a little bit suspicious, and it just goes on from there. We've got lots and lots of other examples we could focus on, including some of those images I said. We have issues of tree octopi that are clearly just stuffies. If I go all the way down here to some of the first images, there you go. That is clearly a stuffed octopus in a tree. So, where does all this lead me? Well, the author, Lyle Zapato, and we'll see his name all the way at the bottom here, began the site about 15 years ago. It is one of the best perpetuated and long-running hoaxes on the internet, and it's actually been used by professors. The opening remarks that I made by Julie Quoro, as well as one of her peers, Dr. Donald Liu from the University of Connecticut, ran a study, and you can see the results. This was a publishing on the University of Connecticut site relating that they used 25 7th graders, they were proficient readers, and they told them that this was a real creature. And even after they ultimately revealed that it was a fabrication, the kids would not believe it. They cited lots of evidence, as I just did, that showed that this seems like a legitimate website. Where does this lead us? Well, realistically, if our kids don't have the skills to critically evaluate and define the truth as they see it on the internet, we're setting them up for failure, not only as students, but as eventual citizens of a society that is very tech-driven. As a teacher, it's my job to model these things and to make sure that they are clear on how to determine something as legitimate.